Hello there, welcome to the WebX online course on front-end web development again. So in this video, I would like to touch up a little bit of in our website before we can proceed to the other parts of the website. So before this, we haven't introduced you to the JavaScript, which is take care of the functionality of the website. And in this video, we will be doing JavaScript and HTML and also CSS. So in this video, you will be able to see how the three best friends works with each other and to make the website functional and looking good. Alright, let's jump into the code. So just scroll up to the top part of our code, just right before the navigation bar here in the body section. We will add something called the preloader. So let's start with using the command. Just make a comment of preloader, comment this one, and preloader and as usual, preloader and as usual. Alright, so preloader, let's give it a div with a class of preloader. Inside this div, we will have another div with class of loader. Okay, so that's it for the HTML code. If you save it and you view into the browser, open using your live server, you'll see nothing has been changed. Okay, it's not this one, sorry. Let's open this with live server. And now you can see nothing has been changed. Alright, so don't worry about that. Let's head to the style.css. Just move to the top part, and just before the navigation navbar, after we will target the preloader, and here we'll need to specify a few things. Let's first do the background color, hash 222222. So it's basically a dark black color. And then position, let's give it a position of fix. We want to fix the position left 0, so it will be stick to the left hand side, and top will be 0 also. And let's give it a height of 100%, width 100% as well, and z index of 150. So as you can see, z index is this 150 is greater than the z index of the navigation bar. So it means that this preloader will overlap the navigation bar. And if we save this, see it, now you'll see your website become black color. But don't worry about that. Let's continue to do. So we'll do display. Let's display flags. And we need to copy this one, paste it, and let's change this to WebKit display, and change this to MS flex box. Alright, basically the same thing, but we take care for the WebKit. After that, we need to have a align items, align items to the center, and before the align items, let's add the MS flex align. So MS take care for the Microsoft align for center. We have the align items already. Then another one, -mx -flex -pack. This one will be in the center as well, because we want everything to be in the center. So justify content, let the content to be in the center as well. So this should be justify content center, and then we want to have transition of all. This time we'll do 1 second is, and copy paste, and we change this to the WebKit. Take care for the Google Chrome. So if we save this, now it's basically black color, so don't worry about it. Let's continue. So now we use .preloader .opacity -0. So we do not have this class of opacity -0 yet, but just bear with me, we'll just go through it. So opacity should be 0. What this means is that when a preloader has a class of opacity 0, the opacity will become 0. If I save this, you will see it's still black, and when I reload, it has a transition of 1 second. Just now we have seen that, if you can see that. Alright, so if this opacity 0, let me just copy this opacity -0, I'll place in here the preloader, and I save it, and now you can see it returns to the original loop, right? If I remove the opacity 0 and I save it, so it now turns black again. So don't worry about it. Let's go to the CSS once again. So after this, let's do preloader, and we want to target the loader inside it. So let's give it a height of 40 pixels, a width of 40 pixels, border will give 4 pixels, solid, and hash E3. So it's something like white color, but it's not really white color. Border radius, let's give a border radius of 50%. Now you should get a circle. So after you get a circle, let's do this. Border top, we change the border top to 4 pixels, solid, but this time let's change it to transparent. And we will just do the same thing for bottom. Border bottom, change to 4 pixels, solid and transparent. So if you save this, and now you view it, it becomes this thing. So a loader should spin. So we will see how do we make this thing spin. Alright. So we make spin by using the animations. So it should be spin 2 seconds, linear and infinite. So we're going to make it infinite. And let's copy this, make it for WebKit again. Let's make it for WebKit. Save it. So, but right now, if you see, it is not spinning. Why? Because we have not defined what is spin yet. Right? Spin is not defined. So how do we define what is spin? So we use keyframes. Alright? Keyframes spin. And in this keyframe spin, we will specify 0%, means the starting of the animation. So it will be transform, rotate to 0 degree. And if it is 100%, means that the animation is complete. We will again transform, also rotate, but this time make it 360 degree. Save it. Let's copy this one, keyframes, paste it bottom, and change the first keyframe to the WebKit keyframes. Save it, and now if you view it here, you should be able to see this thing is spinning. But here comes the question. The thing is keep on spinning. I cannot see my website, right? So why we need a preloader? A preloader is to give the website some time to load up. And to do that, we need to go back to style, go back to index.html. Now we will add the JavaScript part. So go to this part, right click, select new file, give it a name of main.js. Okay, so now you should be able to get a JavaScript file. Same as the CSS, we need to some sort link the JavaScript file inside the HTML. So how should we link that? You go to the HTML file. Now move to the bottom, right before the body, right before this body end tag. Use the script, script, script tag with a source of main.javascript and close the tag. So this is the way how do we link the JavaScript inside here. So as you can observe, JavaScript is always at the bottom while the style.css is at the top. It's at the link at the top there. Okay, it's here. So now let's work on the JavaScript. We will just switch to the main.js And here, let's type in window. So window, we will add an event listener. What does this mean? Listen, T-E-N-E-R, add event listener. And what we want to listen to is, we want to listen to when the website is loaded. So load, and we give it a function. What should it do when the website is loaded? So we just do document. Document means that we want to see the HTML document, and we use a query selector. So if you notice, this event and listener, E and L is capital. This query selector also, query selector, this S is capital letter. Then we want to select the preloader. So what does this mean? So let's view this. For example here, preloader, I'll just save it in a variable preloader. So let's console.log, let's display what is that thing. Console.log preloader. Alright, just save it, and let's go here, right click, inspect element, and go to the console, and you should be see div class preloader. So it can target the preloader class. It is able to see this is the preloader. So let's go back to our code. Let's close this. Go back to our code. So we do not want this one. Okay, preloader. Let's do dot class list. So it's basically finding all the class in this preloader, and we want to add something. Class list dot add. We want to add a class of opacity 0. Okay, and give it a semicolon. Then we will do set timeout. Inside the same timeout will be function. Okay, bracket and curly braces. This is how we define a function. Document dot query selector, and now we want to also target the preloader dot preloader, L-O-A-D-E-R dot preloader, and dot style dot display. It's not get element by class name. This one is dot style dot display, and we want to change the display to none. Okay, so here in 1 second, 1000 milliseconds, and save it. Return. Now you can see, hey, why is this white color again? So let's reload it, and you can see something. You see the website load very fast, and it directly come out this page. Inspect element and go to the console. Okay, let's refresh this. Okay, nothing is shown there because we have removed all the console log. So this is the web page that we will get. If you refresh, you can see that the preloader is loading. Right, this is how we link to a JavaScript file. So leave some space here, and then we will need to add something inside the JavaScript later on in the next video. So that's all for this video. We have added a preloader, and we start to explore JavaScript. Now JavaScript is a programming language because it has some sort of logic. We want to add something. We want this computer or machine to do something. Alright, so if you have any question, you can drop it at the comment section on YouTube, or drop your question inside our Discord community. So thanks for watching, and in the next video we are going to do the contact form. See you in the next video. Thank you.